There we go. There we go, everybody. Sorry about that. YouTube decided to, well, not YouTube, I would say Streamlabs decided to do something a little funky. Changed up my settings, had to figure out my settings once again. That's probably one thing I don't like about Streamlabs. This is squeaky. A little squeakiness. Let's see. There we go. Kind of better. What is up, everybody? Yeah, let's just blame YouTube anyways. Let's just blame YouTube. We got some new stuff coming up. We got this right here. We're going to be talking about this video. It's from MotoStars, but we're going to kind of scroll back just a little bit. Let some people in. My wife, she got me a Stream Deck. So she got me a Stream Deck, so I haven't messed with it yet. If you don't know what that is, it's like the little buttons and stuff that you can do that will, you know, change scenes like I'm doing here. So I don't have to click little things. So one second. Not sponsored by Rockstar, but a little bit thirsty right now. What's up, Dirty D's? What's up, man? Hey, man. Dirty D's. This is for you. I'm starting a little podcast thing. Let me private message me your email. I'd like to have you as a guest on the After the Ride channel, and I'll send you some like some bullet points and stuff that I pretty much what I'm doing here. But I would love to have you as a guest, man. Love to have you as a guest. It'll go up on the Dana and the Fireman channel, and then do some After the Ride highlights on After the Ride. What's up, man? Yeah, Rockstar. Yeah, I know it's cheap. Good sale going on. What's up, Justin? How you doing? The Naomi, how you doing? Dylan, how you doing? Scarlett De Leon. Scarlett, wasn't it Scott? Which one is it, man? I thought am I getting confused? Yeah, man, awesome. Glad, 'cause you know, you had me on yours. You know, your little hangout. I'd like to be able to have you on mine. Does that make sense? It's not an interview or anything. It's just a nice little chill thing. Matt Miller, how you doing? Mark, how you doing? Oh, okay, cool, awesome, man. Good for you. Happy New Year's. I was gonna say it looks different. Looks different. From Santiago, hey man, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too. How you doing? Chazz, how you doing? So if you notice, there's like a little bit of stuff missing right here. I'm fixing up. New year, new me. So I'm fixing it up a little. I'm gonna change it up over here. But right here, the latest, that's still there. The latest super chat. The one below is the top super chat of the month. Latest YouTube member, and then newest subscriber. That constantly changes. But we're gonna jump into it. Yeah, Meat Moto, how you doing, man? Yeah, the patrons right now it's super low just because it's the beginning of the month. That's typical. It's the beginning of the month. Oh, let me log in. Let's see. Oh, I have to log in a little bit later. Let's see. I gotta do my authentication. Let's see if that works. So we are currently at 439 patrons. We're like hovering around that, but we're gonna get that up in a different way. So you dropped the first 2 minutes. Oh no, Harold, how you doing? So we're gonna jump into this, and just like I do my after action reviews, the main thing is to just focus on what we can get out of it. Cole, how you doing? You like the new logo? Hey, yeah, that's another thing, guys. I got new logo. It's changing it up. Just keeping it fresh. New year, new me. Know what I'm saying? I'm a white girl like that. Yeah, the Patreon numbers aren't shown right now. It's 400, and I took all that stuff down. It's 439. So 439. I'm still working on a lot of this stuff. I have the After the Ride podcast going, all those things, and we're gonna get those going. But the main thing is we're here to go over this stuff. So like I said, during my after action reviews, what I do is I focus on what is good, I focus on what is good. So the strengths and weaknesses basically is what I'm looking for. So let's take away the strengths. Let's use those strengths. You know, so whatever they did right or whatever they did appropriately. Oh, Will, welcome, man. What they did appropriately, let's utilize that. And then whatever it is that it's blatantly obvious, like bad, like if they're doing wheelies, like that's obvious, like that's not going to be towards the safe aspect. Let's kind of throw that out of the window, but take what they did right. So if they were doing a wheelie or something, If they're wearing 100% full gear, let's take that away from it. You know, they're wearing full gear, or they're doing it in a parking lot versus doing it on the streets. That's what we want to do here. Oh yeah, Mark Costa, we do have it. Thank you so much, man. We do have it on the podcast is on Spotify and on iTunes, by the way. So that's pretty cool. All right, so here we're going to watch the first one. We're going to watch it through, and then we're going to go over it. So you guys ready? You guys ready? Oh, Dave7777 became a member. Thank you so much. Oh, we can't even start yet. TN Vol Fisher, what's up, Dan? Santa brought me. Oh, damn, you got a 600 Gixer. Nice, man. Saulo, awesome. Luke, awesome. Thank you guys for the super chat and for becoming a member. So right here, look at that. Top donator of the month. Top donator of the month, recent super chat. And then we got YouTube member Dave. Thank you so much. Here we go. We're going to start. We're going to jump into it. Oh. Yeah, it's the bridge one. It's the bridge one. All right, so the bridge looks a little wet. I don't know what that sign says. Something says bridge. Something says bridge. Yeah, so... Oh, so you just had... Revy just had a crash? Oh, no. Revi just had a crash. Both had on full... Yeah, so both... It was a passenger. This is a motorcycle. Could be a motorcycle with some type of... like, let's say 80-20 on off-road. Maybe 50-50 on off-road, because this is a dual sport adventure style touring bike. But we have some things here. So yeah, we have a passenger, so we have added weight to the rear tire, so you're gonna have a little bit more traction. Let's move forward just a little bit. So this is a wet surface. Now wood, it's not the best when it comes to traction. Okay, Dave, thank you so much. It's not the best when it comes to traction. You're gonna have less of a mechanical traction, plus with a little bit of water on it, it's gonna reduce your overall traction. I'm gonna keep saying traction on this one, but it's going to reduce that itself. So let's move forward just a little bit more. So they're wearing full gear, and when I look at this full gear, this looks like it's for more so like cold winter riding. Santa didn't bring you as a Gixer. Oh man. This is more like winter riding clothes, so more than likely it's gonna be super cold out. Tires could be cold out. It could be ice on the bridge, because typically ice will form on the bridge before it will form on the road. So those are things you want to look out for also. So this is kind of what I... Thank you so much, Nick. Mr. Nick. Appreciate it. This is what I do. This is what I do when I go through my own after action reviews. I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then I film it. So right here easily... could be a loss of traction issue. So how do we prevent that? So, well, let's scroll back a little bit. Let's scroll back. What went right on this situation? Well, full gear, absolutely full gear for the rider. What went even better? Full gear for the passenger. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't do, is get full gear for their passenger. So kudos to this person for getting full gear and basically having that safety net just in case something happened, which, you know, something did happen, but thankfully is low speed, and hopefully they're going to be able to walk away from it with no real injuries. So full gear, absolutely full gear. He's not speeding, he's not going crazy. I'm assuming this is 26. That looks like 26 miles per hour, which is fine. 25, 26 miles per hour. That's what you're going to be doing in like a help me out here, guys. Residential neighborhood. There we go. So this was perfectly fine. Connor, how you doing? Not too late to the party. We just started. It's the first video. Welcome. So not too bad. And so the biggest thing that we could take away that would be a weakness is traveling over a slippery surface. So this could be that metal grate that's on the ground. This could be this wet bridge. This could be going over gravel, or maybe even an oil slick, which would still be very difficult to do. I'm going to tell you that right now. So oil slick, you're just going to probably slip and slide anyways. But anything that is going to be loss of traction going over in a straight line, the best thing to do is just pull in that clutch. Coast over it, guys. Coast over that. So build up your speed right here where he's at. So let's say he's going 25. So let's maybe go Well, we could still do 25. Let's just do 25, and then before we enter this area, about like right here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull in the clutch all the way. I want 0 power traveling to that rear wheel. What I want this bike to do is basically just be coasting with the momentum and inertia that it has, because once you add in loss of traction, especially for that rear tire, and you have your throttle running, well, the throttle is pretty much fighting, or not the throttle, the rear tire with engine propulsion is fighting against the ground because it needs traction, right? Well, the moment it doesn't have that traction, it's going to spin. And when it spins, that's a loss of traction. You start to drop the bike. That can easily happen for that front tire too. So you want to keep those handlebars straight. Anything new with the FTR? No, nah. I got everything I need. I just need more protection. I got some protection for it, but I want to buy some more. But that's all me. Nikki got me some pretty cool stuff. What else? Yeah, so go over it nice and easy with your clutch pulled in, because with this momentum at 25 miles per hour, so he's going 25. Let's say I pull in the clutch. So I pulled in the clutch, and now I'm just kind of coasting over it. Maybe I'm going 20 now, but then I make it after the fact. So he's gonna crash right here. So look at the ground right here. So all those little dimples in the ground, that right there with warm tires, it's going to mesh into the ground and grab. You don't have that on wood. So the moment I went over the wood and the bridge, I would slowly release that clutch and match it with the throttle, just like I was doing slow speed maneuvers. You know, finding that friction zone where the throttle works really well, and then from there continue on. But I would hold that clutch in. Just like, what did you say? You said, where's this? So one of you guys said something about ice. One of you guys said something about ice. Same thing as doing it with ice. Yeah. Justin with the beard, the badass beard. Avoid any input over wet wood. It's basically ice. Yeah, clutch in is good too. There you go. So yeah, you can still do it with some clutch. Hey, Rouser7030 Motovlogs became a YouTube member. Thank you so much, man. You can still use throttle and clutch and all that stuff, but I personally would just use a full clutch pull in. That's what I would do. All right, let's go to the next one.
You alright? Hello, come down, Kris.
In this clip we...
Okay, so let's go over this one. First, I want to see what the heck this thing is. Is that a kangaroo? That's a kangaroo, guys. That's a kangaroo. I didn't... Or a little wallaby. It's a little wallaby. Is that a wallaby or a kangaroo? So, one of you guys that are from Aussie land, help me out with that. Is that a kangaroo? So right away we got you guys in the chat already saying so. Rouser, thank you from Argentina, man. That's awesome. So T and Vol Fisher, I just posted the link right there. That'll help you out. Or if you guys want to become YouTube members, click that join button. That's what he's talking about. Fire Dog, how you doing? Matt Miller, so no gloves. Yeah, so remember the obvious stuff. We don't really need to. Yeah, a little bit of British. I'm not very good with my accents. Not very good. So no gloves. Definitely, that's easy to take away. There's no gloves. So let's not do that. Let me go back to this part.
Hello, come down, Kris.
All right, so no gloves. We pulled our visor down right now. He's got a beard flowing in the wind, the beautiful beard. But the thing is, we need to keep our visors down because of projectiles hitting. But he does. Hey, T and Vault became a member, and look at, boom, top donator of the month and the latest YouTube member. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Mr. Nick. Because you don't want to have debris in your eyes. Now, it's one thing to lift it up, you know, pick a booger, put it back down. That's perfectly fine. His windshield will hopefully reduce some of the impact. But remember, guys, the moment you take that up, there's that risk. So you don't want to leave it up. You want to put it back down, okay? So right here, we see that he doesn't have any gear when it comes to safety gear other than a helmet. Okay. You're gonna deal with road rash. That's as simple as that. You're gonna remove flesh from your body if you ever drop the bike. It's as simple as that. You might be able to survive because you have a helmet. You might not have a very bad traumatic brain injury, but you're going to have problems when it comes to your arms, legs, back, chest, all those hips, elbows, all those different things because you decided not to wear gear. So guys, make sure you wear gear. And this is a good reason why. So if something happened that was bad, like that, if you hit that with no gear and you just dump the bike, then now you have those problems. Thanks a lot, Team Volt. You got a mustache now. Also, if you are a YouTube member, you get all the special emojis. So I just changed up the squid emoji to something a little bit better. But these are all the emojis you get if you become a YouTube member. If he hit this wallaby or kangaroo, it doesn't matter how much skill you have. It doesn't matter, if you've never been in a crash. This is that moment of we're doing something dangerous, everybody. And if something random happens out of my control, I really wish I had full gear. Robert, how you doing? Happy New Year to you and your crew, too, down in San Diego, man. Happy New Year to you guys. It did. It made Justin exactly. Yeah, it made contact with something up there. It must have been something on the side of the bike because it didn't knock the guy down. But the kangaroo got flipped in a 540. He got messed. He got messed up. So Danny Torres, how well would regular jeans fare against road friction in the case of a crash? So the best way I could describe it's a good question. Let's go ahead and go to full screen mode, man. Thank you guys. Thank you for the question. So anybody that wants to ask a question like that, especially if it's something that everyone else can to get something out of it, please ask away, guys. We're here to do Q&As and analyze motorcycle crashes and close calls. So once again, how well would regular jeans fare against road friction in the case of a crash? So you let's say just skin. Obviously, the moment of impact, you're going to have a friction, which is basically a burn. There's thermal burns and friction burns. Okay, thermal is from an outside heat source. Friction is from rubbing two surfaces together. You're going to have a burn. So it goes into first, second, third, and fourth degree burns. First, second, third, and fourth degree road rash. It's all burn. Okay, so first degree burn, it's a sunburn. Second degree, you're getting blisters and then removal of some the top layer of skin. Third degree, you're removing the full epidermis. So now you have fatty tissue. And then maybe having some muscle shown. Fourth degrees, you're having muscle and fatty tissue ripped apart, and then quite possibly going down to the bone. Okay, so with nothing on, the moment you have contact with the ground, like say his hands in this video or his arms, the moment you have contact, it's an immediate second degree burn. The moment it touches, you're going to tumble, so you touch, tumble, second degree burn. The moment you hit it again, now we're getting a third degree, possibly fourth degree because it's ripping flesh. With jeans, regular jeans like Levi denim or whatever type of denim, not heavy cotton or heavy denim. Okay, there's 14 something ounce. There's really heavy duty denim stuff, but just regular gear. You might rip it the moment you hit the ground, but then you're gonna get the transfer of heat and friction the second time you hit that. So when you slide, so the moment you hit the ground, let's say your left hip hits. Your left hip hits the ground. You have regular denim. That 1 second it touches. Less than a second. So, I don't even know, depending on speed, how far you go, but less than a second, your denim is ripped. Less than a second, your denim is gone. Now you're back into skin on ground contact. That's bad. So if you slide for 2-3 seconds, that's 1 to 2 seconds of flesh on flesh, or flesh on the ground. So that's how long that will last. Now, if you have heavy cotton, heavy denim, motorcycle denim with good stitching, you might be able to last those 3 seconds that you're sliding. So it's 3 seconds of total sliding. The gear will hold up for 3 seconds, hopefully, if it's well stitched. So that right there, you have 0 to 0 skin to ground contact with motorcycle denim. The only problem with motorcycle denim or motorcycle aramid fibers and stuff, well, not all of them, because Kevlar does pretty good, but a lot of these heavy denim biker jeans, if they don't have aramid fibers like Kevlar or that Kovex stuff, you're still going to have heat transfer. So just like you have a gloved hand, you grab like a stove top or you grab, you know, a pot, you'll still feel the heat go to your hand, but it's not going to be like it's burning your hand. It gives you enough time to put the pot wherever you need to go. That's the same thing that's going to happen with a lot of this gear, is that you're still going to have heat transfer, but it's not going to be bad enough to burn you. It's just going to be really hot. But sometimes it can be bad enough to give you a first or second degree burn, so you're going to have blistering, but that will heal. If you have motorcycle leathers, there's like barely any heat transfer, and it holds up in a crash for a very long time, like in a slide. So the best thing you possibly can do is get motorcycle leathers in terms of abrasion resistance, but we all don't ride around in motorcycle leathers, so don't ride in nothing. So to take this away, long story short, don't wear something. Don't be naked on the bike. 2, wear something a little bit stronger than regular denim and pants. And then 3 is wearing just like aramid fiber, like motorcycle jeans, motorcycle pants. And then the best thing you could possibly do is get a one-piece suit for motorcycle riding. But nobody really does that. So at the end of the day, wear something motorcycle specific. That's what I would do. Yeah, so regular jeans, man, they don't hold up. I get it. This is why I have a podcast, because I just constantly can talk and talk and talk. And then I edit all my stupid, dumb stuff. Good, Dave. Good. Yeah, keep that. And then that goes, and that's the thing with regular jeans, like Levi's and stuff. You don't have inserts. You don't have pockets for armor. And you don't want to break your knees or your hips or anything like that. If you can, you know, just don't do it. So wear motorcycle pants that have those inserts. Put that stuff in. Now you have even better. So Matt Miller, she's doing good. Her riding, she hasn't been doing it because it's super cold, but we're gonna get back into it.
In this clip we see a biker coming from the opposite direction who almost hit another biker while overtaking a vehicle at the bend.
What a turd. What a turd. So we talk about motorcycle riders and car drivers and how car drivers want to kill motorcycle riders, and they don't car drivers are terrible drivers, motorcycle riders are the best, you know, just like all this stuff. At the end of the day, a human makes stupid human error judgments and stuffs. And this was really dumb for that other motorcycle rider. Yeah, so Fire Dog, this guy, he's riding lane position 1 pretty well. And this is a blind turn, so I definitely wouldn't be in this position. I'd be in lane position 2. I'd be right in the middle, basically. I'd be right in the middle of my lane. More so to the outside, just so I have better vision. That's the only reason why I do that. I'm not doing outside, inside, outside for speed. I'm doing outside, middle, basically for vision. That's what I would be doing in this situation. So the weakness here for this rider specifically is that he's on the very, very inside. So if there is a vehicle that creeps over just a little bit, loses a little bit of control, creeps into our lane, we are going to get clipped. So we're not setting ourselves up for success in this area. So that right there is a big thing. The good takeaway on this one is that this rider that is looking at the beautiful sunset, he saw what happened. He was able to swerve a little bit in the middle of a turn. So now that the view opened up, you notice how, so right here, you cannot see it's a decreasing rate of turn. It's going to basically be a 180-ish.
Another biker while overtaking a vehicle at the back.
I'm not the one talking, so it's Moto Stars talking. But you see how it's a blind turn. So right here, you can't see much. Okay, you can't see much at all. Right here, slow it down, get into the outside. Make sure you have good line of sight, good vision, as best as you possibly can.
Bent.
And then now you see how it opened up a little bit more. You can see more of the road. So right here, you could easily get into the middle or stay on the outside. But now you're like, hey, I have good vision. I'm good. I'm going to wait until I see the full road, full vision, and then I'm going to go. So right here, we have full vision of the exit, basically. We see traffic coming. We definitely want to be... Good night, James. Thank you, Nya Nya, the Neko God. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Boom, boom. Most recent super chat right there. Appreciate it. Happy New Year, Willet. So right here, we have traffic coming. Okay, we're good so far. We're good so far. These chevrons indicate it is a sharp turn, so it's going to be sharp for them also. Boom. This right here, like, whoo. That right there should really be puckering you up because it's like, okay, well, this guy, he's in my path of travel. And he can't swerve back into his lane. And at the end of the day, we could sit here and talk about, who's right, who's at fault, should he be doing this, why should he be doing this, how fast is he going, did the car driver cause this problem beforehand? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All we know for us, and this is what I try to get through to as many of you guys as possible, is that I'm focused on the rider himself riding right now. This could be a car. This guy pulling out right here could be a car. It doesn't matter. It's a human. So this human is pulling out in front of us. I care about the human that we have the camera view of. Okay. So right here, setting us up for success would be on the outside, middle, or outside, not inside, inside, inside. So to set ourselves up for success on these blind turns, let's be on the outside to create ourselves a better position, a better line of sight. And when I say position, it's because if somebody does creep over, we're not having to go from the very inside, swerving to the outside, back to the inside. All we're doing is we're on the outside already. We could decelerate engine brake a little bit, not too much because we're still in the middle of a turn. You don't want that rear tire to slip. And then we could just stay there. Because there's not much else we can do. There's not more. We can swerve to the right. We definitely don't want to swerve to the left. We can accelerate, but that could be pushing us up towards the outside. Or we can decelerate. And this is where the situation is. It just, motorcycles are dangerous in this type of situation. You really can't do much. Only thing we could do is be on the outside of our lane to give this person as much room as possible to get back in their lane. That's all we can do. It just sucks. But let's not be on the inside to where we have to do this massive swerve to the outside and then hopefully maintain our line and stay within our lane. So if we just stayed on the outside, had good vision, we also set ourselves up in a good position. That's what I would do on these blind turns. If you can see through the whole turn, go ahead and pick whatever line you want. I'm really talking just about these blind turns that we had. So right here, you see that little jerky movement? So let me go back. You're going to see that little jerky movement of the bike that we're watching. Let's pretend we're on this bike. You'll see the jerky movement. That right there is the panic and the very abrupt input. Okay? And everybody's going to have that. I'll have that because it's a pucker factor. See that? So watch this. It's gonna jerk a little bit. See that little bounciness? It wasn't smooth like his normal turn. And that right there is like, oh crap, what do I do? What do I do? And it was just enough to straighten it up and get out of his position to be able to make it out of the way. Luckily, yeah, it's a KTM. Luckily, this rider, the one that's being a dum-dum, was able to swerve into it and get out of there. A lot of times they'll just panic and target fixate on the car coming at him or the driver, or in this case, the motorcycle rider coming at him and run right into him. So this was a very, very, very lucky situation. It was caused by a rider with bad judgment, or it could have been caused by a driver of a vehicle, a four-wheel vehicle, of bad judgment. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I care about what you guys are doing in this cockpit that we're pretty much sitting in right now. So this is way too close. This is way too close. So now let's say they collided. This guy's in full gear. Even at the speed, he's going to have broken bones. So hopefully the guy that is with the camera has some type of gear, because he's probably going to go over this rail or hit one of these posts. So keep your situational awareness up. You see that we have a blind turn right here. Okay, situational, we should be at an orange stage right now. Orange, something could go wrong here. Easily. Something could go wrong here. So what do? I give myself the best line of sight. I give myself the best position for the hazards that would be typical on this situation. Oncoming traffic is a bad thing. So I'm going to move myself in a good position and have good line of sight so I can make evasive action if I have to.
The bend.
So not only do we have one dumb rider, and I'm going to call him a dumb rider. These are the types of riders that pass like that will cause accidents and will cause people, citizens, to want to pass laws against motorcycles. So right here we have this guy right behind the driver, causing a panic with this car driver. I bet you that's causing a panic with this car driver. And that's not what we want to do as riders, guys. We don't want to do that. We are another vehicle. If that was a car, if this motorcycle rider was another car or an SUV or a truck, and if you're in this white car, wouldn't you be pissed off? Would you be pissed off? That's tailgating, guys. Yeah, Scarlet, exactly. That to me is what I don't want to put out there. I don't want to make drivers be upset with me or other motorcyclists. Because who knows? One's if I was tailgating this guy and causing a problem, and then I took off and I was done. But now this guy the one in the white car, has an idea of what a motorcycle rider is. So the next time they interact with a motorcycle rider, they're like, screw this guy. Screw him. And then they're the types of people that post on Facebook after a motorcyclist dies, and they're like, that motorcycle riders deserve it. You know, that kind of stuff. Let's not do that, guys. Let's not put that out there, okay? Sorry, I got on a soapbox there. Yeah, exactly. All it takes is one angry car driver to brake check. Serious. And now we have a fatality. And that could have been your friend. Let's say you're riding with your friends every weekend. You take off because you're going home, and he goes home, but then that car driver brake checks him or doesn't give a crap about him because of a prior incident that they had with another motorcycle rider. You know what I mean? We're all here to set an example. We get on the bike. We're here to set an example for motorcycle riders. Okay? We don't have control of all these other people, but we can set an example. Uh-oh.
Shields and deflectors up. Go to yellow alert.
Bruh.
Whoa, a lot of editing on this one. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of editing. So we're gonna, what I like about it is that he went back and he figured out what happened, and then he posted it to let other people know. So he's doing his own after action review. That's what he's doing here. At no point did he say this car driver caused the problem. So what's up, Just a Guy? How you doing? So I'm gonna go back a little bit, and I'll pause it on every little spot that he annotates, and I'll just leave it at that because he did a good job. So lights are green. Notice his lights are green. So I don't take notice that this is a turn lane. So he goes into the wrong lane. Okay, he's following this rider right here. He goes into the wrong lane. This is one of the biggest problems when you don't ride staggered. So you notice we have a motorcycle here, 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 and then our guy, and then another guy. They're not riding staggered. They're not riding an actual group. They're just basically getting to the front as quick as possible. It's like a mad dash. And this is one of the biggest problems I have with group rides is that sometimes it just turns into this. And once it turns into this, I'm off. I'm gone. I don't mess around with that. Drumming Mentality, hello, just want to say thank you for your videos and all your tips and information. I'm a new writer, and your videos are helping me learn. Well, welcome to the live stream, bro. And I'm glad I'm able to help you out.
Shields.
So the light turns yellow. So that means the turn lanes basically say stop. Now it's green for the traffic to keep going. So you're going to have people wanting to stop in these turn lanes.
Deflectors up, go to yellow alert.
So this is what he says he sees. Okay, so at this moment, like this is what he's saying he sees when he's riding. So he doesn't see the yellows. After the fact, when he edited, let me go back if I can. So when he edited it, he now sees that it's yellow. And this is one of the good things about doing these after action reviews is that this is typically what you'll see because you're so focused on it. So right here, this is our peripheral because our focus is on a very small dot in the screen. Okay, so his peripheral sees all this, and this is what you can see in the after action. But when we're riding, this is typically what you'll see. This is what you're focused on when you're riding. So he's looking at where he's going in a path. So within this little square, within what we're able to see here, you notice that we have massive brake lights. Okay, so once you see that, you see these big brake lights, what you should be doing is, okay, here's my focal point. We're in orange mode because we're having to do all this stuff. I see these brake lights. Now, why is this car braking like this? Well, if I just go back a little bit, it's like, oh, it's a yellow light. So once you focus on this and you see this, okay, why? Why is he doing that? Okay, cool. Now I need to go back to what I'm doing. That's what you should be doing. So then he says this guy appears. So you notice how it's right off to the side? So it grabbed his attention. It grabbed his peripheral attention. And when that happens, you're going to look. So if something's popping out over here, you're going to look at it real quick and then go back to where you're supposed to go. So that's what happens here. He sees this person coming from his peripheral. And this could be a car. This could be another bike. It could be whatever it is. So now he sees that he's switching lanes. Okay. At the end of the day, it's not my job to make sure you're being safe. Like if we're out riding as a group, I would definitely like it if you're riding safe, but I'm controlling how I ride. Okay, so it's my job to keep myself safe first, and then it's my job to remind or encourage that you ride safe and you don't do stupid stuff. It's my job at the end of the day, first and foremost, that I need to be safe. And this, Scarlett and everyone here, you guys, all EMS, police, fire, military, all that stuff, at the end of the day, if you're not capable or you're not safe and you get injured or you get hurt, you cannot take care of anybody. First and foremost, your safety is number one. Because if you crash and go unconscious, who's going to take care of you? Is your buddy? Hopefully. But you can't take care of anybody if you're unconscious. So my biggest thing here is that if he put himself in that situation, well, sorry. I'm making sure I have a good lane and a good path of travel for myself first. I'm not going to slow down. Or, I mean, I might be able to if I can, so you can get in, all these different things. But at the end of the day, I need to make sure that I'm safe.
Bruh.
So he notices that person. It grabbed his attention, but it didn't grab the vehicle in front of him. Applying the brakes didn't grab his attention. So he got pushed out. He had a good path of travel. He was going to lane filter, but he got pushed out from another rider. So like I said, at the end of the day, it's not my fault that you're going to crash into the back of this blue car. I'm not here to make sure you have a good lane because now you just pushed me out. So what you can do in this situation is apply the brakes and hopefully decelerate enough where he can get in front of you, but don't swerve out of your own path of travel. So he says he move over to slow down to let him go through. And that's perfectly fine. Okay, now let's go ahead and stop. Or let him go through. It's like, come on, dude, go so I can go. But at the end of the day, you really need to focus on your own path of travel, your own braking distance, and your own stuff like that. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We have 112 people in here, but only 27 likes. Let's get some likes up. Yes, Chris, exactly. So shouldn't you be slowing down regardless because of the high amount of traffic? Yeah, that would have prevented this. It's as simple as that. That would have prevented this. If you were actually riding in the lane you're supposed to be riding in, that would prevent yourself. That'd be preventing all of this stuff. So he didn't realize the light changed and that this is a turn lane. So at the end of the day, he didn't know, and that's fine. But here's the thing: even if you don't know, it's like you need to trust that there's brake lights in front of you, and not be right behind another vehicle. So wondering where he is. So he was wondering where he is, but that's him right there. That little blur, that's him. Okay, that was it. So to go back to what you were saying, man. Exactly, dude. Dirty, I like that. Lord helps those that helps themselves. Yep. Yep, I know exactly what you mean, man. So, Chris Barton, shouldn't you be slowing down regardless of the high amount of traffic? Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Look at all those brake lights. Shouldn't that be bringing something up to you guys, like situational awareness wise? It's like, okay, some brake lights, high traffic. What's up, Razgriz? How you doing? High traffic. Let's slow it down. But now we have the ego of the ride. We have all those other issues. Like, if they're all doing it, I'm going to do it. So this is why I believe riding in groups, especially groups that don't care about safety, will bring out the worst in you. So if you're a safety conscious and safety minded and you start seeing people do unsafe things, just remove yourself from the situation. Because even good natured people that are 100% safe, if they stick with a group long enough that do unsafe things, slowly but surely you're going to start doing unsafe things. So pick a group that has the same type of morals as you, okay? So I'll let this, no, I don't want to let it play. It's all pausey and stuff. Let's go to the next one.
In this case, the biker didn't take into consideration the very slippery surface. Check this out.
Why are you on a sidewalk?
Добър съм. Айде ga dignem. Стань. Ой, айде. Айде, диш. Добре, брат. Айде, добър съм. Знам.
Yeah. Yeah, why is he on this path? You know why he's on there? Look at his name. 420 Blazing It, Cops Can't Catch Me. That's his YouTube channel. Alright, so people wonder why I'll even showcase this video. So this is the moment he decides to ride on a sidewalk or a bicycle path or whatever. And okay. Alright. Yeah, it's definitely a little dum-dum. So this is definitely a dum-dum. Should not be doing this. Okay, guys? You should not be on this path. You know what? There's not much I could say. I'm not going to be nice anymore about this stuff. This is just stupid. Don't do this. Kind of got what he deserved, you know? Alright, I'll leave it at that.
In this case, the biker didn't take into consideration the very slippery surface. Check this out.
So, okay, I'm really trying to find what I could take out of this. Let's go over what went wrong. And it's obvious that he's not supposed to be on the path, the slippery surface, all that stuff. But what went wrong mentally here? And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be start saying some funny things here, but here, what went mentally wrong here? Why would somebody want to do this? Is it okay? So some type of intoxicating drug? What also mimics something like that? Ego, pride, ignorance of the law, get attention. Yeah, so start doing this, guys. Start doing this. So Razgriz, exactly, getting attention, that ego dough. ego. Oh yeah, guys, I forgot we have the ego emoji. If you're a YouTube member, ego emoji right now. But this right here can really be pushed out for anybody. Anybody can have a lapse of ego. Everybody can have a lapse of attention or trying to get attention. This is why I talk about making sure we focus on the ride, not what's the external stuff that we shouldn't be really worried about. So if we can learn it's obvious not to ride on the sidewalk, but if we can learn to not let ego or have intoxicating drugs affect us while riding, or whatever it is, being childish, yep, stuck on stupid, I like that. Those things, this is a great reminder not to be dumb. And Greg Owens became a YouTube member. Thank you, Greg Owens. Look at that. Boom. Got updated right now. Latest YouTube member. Thank you, guys. It really does help out the channel. And I promise I'm going to get back to streaming. I'm changing things up. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll see about that. Definitely every Thursday. Every Thursday at around 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, United States. Okay. Okay. So I'll go ahead and skip the rest. He crashes the bike. There you go. I had it coming. Pedestrian roads are for pedestrian, only for them. Just being blank never pays off. I didn't want to wait. Okay, so there it is. He didn't want to wait. There's a lot of traffic, I guess. And now you got some issues. Sorry, that's really loud. That's really loud. I'm going to turn it down for you guys just a little bit. So what type of crash was that? What type of crash is this, everybody? Yep, low side. This is a low side crash. So, what type of injuries? And we're gonna, yeah, right into this camera friend. So, what type of injuries would we suspect? This one I'm letting you guys do. This one's a relatively easy one. Okay, this one's a relatively easy one. What kind? Since we all understand what a low side is, what type of injuries could we expect with this type of crash to the human? Let's talk about the human now. So what type of injuries to the human rider can we expect from the actual rider itself? Okay, so let's see. So an F shoulder easily. So his right shoulder could be impacted into the to the ground. The AC joint could dislocate or shatter or transmit the forces into his SE joint, which is right at the sternum. Broken collarbone. Yeah, exactly, Saulo, exactly. So mainly abrasion, assuming he didn't slide into something. So typically with the low side, this is exactly it. Typically with the low side, it's going to be the minor impact, and I say minor, but it's going to have the impacts, and then it's going to have mostly road rash. So if he didn't have gear on, just like we were talking about earlier, good chance of road rash injuries. So abrasions, exactly, so abrasions. Let's see, hip, road rash, broken arm. Yes, so we're thinking right side impacts sliding across the ground. Perfect. Chris Barton, leg injuries, yep, because the bike it's landing basically on his leg. Hopefully he was able to get that from underneath him. Okay. Abrasions, possibly broken arm or shoulder. Yep, road rash. Two-stroke, I have no idea. Elbow, shoulder, hip. What about his head, guys? What about his head? Because you definitely can hit your head. And it looks like he's on his face right here. He definitely looks like he's on his face. Increased premiums. Broken femur, yeah, quite possibly. The femur is the big leg bone, the thigh bone. It's one of the strongest. It is the strongest long bone in your body. But with the forces that are involved with motorcycle crashes and car crashes, easily break that bone. And that's crazy because it's the strongest bone in your body. And if you can easily break that in a car crash or a motorcycle crash, just imagine your cranial bones, your jaw bone, your fingers, your elbows, your humerus, your radius, all those different things easily broken. Break ankle or leg, yep, no problem. Drumming. If foot catches something, it's gone. So scary. Exactly, Danny. Exactly. How much gear was he wearing? I can't really tell. Let's see. Let's go frame by frame. Those look like Nikes. What do those look like, guys? Those look like Nikes with jeans. Looks like a t-shirt, maybe a jacket, a helmet. But he's rolling. He's ragdolling it. Not good. Not good at all. So he's gonna have massive road rash. So we're getting all these friction burns, contusions. High sides are more painful. Yeah. So high sides you're gonna have more of an impact along with the road rash. Low sides you're gonna have mostly road rash with some impact. Yeah. So now, let's say this bike dodged the cameraman, and the rider kept going. So if we look at the other side, we see how there's these wood posts. You have wood posts, and you can also kind of see it along the side that we're on, but down here where the other camera guy is at. But that's typically what it's going to look like. I'm going to assume minimum 40 miles an hour sliding right now. So 40 miles an hour impact into the guardrail. Do you think gear is going to protect you? Do you think gear is going to protect you going 40 miles into an immovable object compared to your body? Do they make a one piece with padding in it like the jet? Yeah, they make. You talking about that big hump that they have? That's mainly for head and neck protection. Nike should invest in motorbike. They seriously should. Last time I saw a low-sided face shield was all the touched pavement as far as helmet was concerned. Yep. He's gonna wrap himself or get split in two when he hits that piece of wood. Serious. Whatever hit it, it's going to split it in half at 40 miles an hour. Or your flesh is going to hold on strong enough, but you're going to shatter every single thing in there. Oh, yeah. Grimbeard, exactly. Yeah. So, guys, gear can only protect you so much. If you act like a dum-dum, it's not gonna. And the reason why he was taking this fast, and the reason why he was, he even got himself in a position of having less of a traction for that low side, is that we have a cameraman right here watching the first part, and then we had the cameraman with the camera already, you know, posting this. So he's actually doing this for video. So remember, guys, we're not here taking corners like that stuff for video or to go fast. We're taking these corners to stay safe. Okay. Intersections are the leading cause of deaths for all motorcyclists. The second leading cause of death in terms of setting is cornering. So cornering and intersections. Now you can add alcohol and all the other stuff into it, and you just raise that chance of crashing.
In this clip we see a driver who fails to secure the goods he is transporting, and one of them misses him by several inches.
I think this video... no problem, Dave. I do have a playlist. I listen to pretty much anything. That's what everyone says. But I go back to what I listened to in high school. So it's a lot of like that punk rock, like Thrice and, you know, Fuel. And it just all... Fuel's not punk rock, but just all those types of things, you know. I listen to a lot of that stuff. So this video was probably going to get... Right here is going to get copyright claim because I remember seeing this go viral. This video, so Viral Hog, Juke and Media, and all of them probably have it. So thank you, Juke and Media and Viral Hog, for taking AdSense from me. So thank you so much for all the donations and YouTube memberships and patrons. You're actually making this possible. I wouldn't be able to do this. So if you would like to support the channel, be sure to do that on Patreon. It's only $2 a month, and you get some cool stuff. I got some more things planned for you guys. Definitely got some more things planned with you guys. Some really cool stuff. So this is good swerving. So this is going to be one of those things where it's unnatural. It's not supposed to happen. Okay. So I'm going to try to do this frame by frame so I don't get demonetized. So this is one of those things that just typically, you know, everything's fine. You know, he has good following distance. He's in a good spot. He's in lane position 2, so he can swerve left or right. He's got good field of view through the vehicles down the line. It's perfectly fine. So now we have something that's just random. Okay, so this barrel just completely random, wasn't supposed to be there. All those different things. So now we have two options. At this moment, you went from like, let's go up to here. So if you could see the barrel, it just pops out right now. So we're in yellow mode, so we're perfectly relaxed, riding along, having a good time, And then about right here, the moment that barrel grabs, I'm going to say right here is when the barrel grabbed his attention. Okay, so now we're in orange mode. Orange mode is like, oh crap, and we're not going to stay in orange mode for very long. We're going to switch into red mode pretty soon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, yellow is when we are zoned in. We're paying attention to the ride, but we're still enjoying it because nothing crazy is happening. It's a beautiful day. We set ourselves up good. We have good field of view, good space cushion, all that stuff. We're in yellow mode. Orange mode is when something grabs our attention or a typical situation like an intersection or corners coming up. Now we're in brown mode. That's a good one. I might take that. But orange mode is like something's happening. Something grabbed our attention. Red mode is when something is grabbing our attention. It's like, oh crap, we got to do something. We have to act. I'm gonna start saying brown mode instead of black mode now. So brown or black mode is when we panic and we don't do what we're supposed to do, or we're not trained enough to do what we're supposed to do. So in brown mode, you pretty much code browned it. So right here, definitely. Okay, now we're making a decision. Should we brake or should we swerve? Brake or swerve? Brake or swerve? Well, with our training, we should understand, especially with watching the after action reviews and understanding our our motorcycle's braking capabilities, we should know at this speed in a split second that we cannot stop in time. And that only comes with training and understanding what your bike can do. Okay? So right now, braking won't stop you in time. It might slow you down enough for the barrel to get out of the way, but I don't trust that. Okay? So the best thing you can do is swerve to the right. Connor Grill became a senior crew patron. Connor Brill, thank you so much for becoming a patron, dude. I gotta put your name. If you guys didn't know, if you look in, actually I gotta edit the live stream, but if you look at my most recent video, senior crew and above get their name in the description, and that's forever. I never go back and just change it. So the moment you do that, you're in there forever. So thank you so much. Also, when it scrolls up at the end of some videos, you'll see your name there, and that's for 5 and above. So thank you so much.
I misses him
So see how the barrel barely moved out of the way?
by
So that was a good swerve. So the barrel's in his path of travel. He's got to do something. So he's going to swerve to the right, and all it took is that much input to the bike. And the reason why it looks like it has more input is because his head. He's looking at the barrel. Okay? But that's all it took. This was a perfect. Connor, dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's a huge difference, man. That's huge. If you're part of the Discord, make sure you sync up your Discords and Patreon. So if you guys don't know what Discord is, Discord's a giant server that I run with the help of my moderators and you guys, actually. I'm not ending the stream.